Hey there, I'm going to do something a little different today. I'm actually doing two different sets of videos. The first set is a cooking video, which I'll finish later on today. I'll probably post at a different time. But for right now, I'm going to do a beverage video. So my friends have been known to refer to me as a lemonade snob, just because I'm very particular about my lemonade. To the point where several years ago, and by several years, I want to say like probably 15 years ago now, I actually created my own portions of a recipe for lemonade. And I bought a cast iron citrus press and went full 9 yards. I even make my own simple syrup. That will not be included in this video, but you can look up any simple syrup recipe. You can add additional flavors. If you're going to do a lavender lemonade or like a basil lemonade, I actually recommend infusing it with your simple syrup because the heating process will pull out more flavors, and then you can strain it to get any of the solids out. But some people like to just throw that, like maybe muddle it and throw it straight into the lemonade. I find the additional flavors in that respect are more muted. If you want them more pronounced, infuse them into your simple syrup. Anyways, I'm going to try and do this all in one take. So let's go ahead and jump into the lemonade. So like I said, I have a cast iron citrus press. I got lemons and limes because I'm going to make some limeade as well. But for this video, we're going to do lemonade. To catch the juices, I just have a mason jar and I've drawn some lines on here. Not sure how well they're showing up. But each line is a 1/4 cup. And that's because my proportions are by the quarters. So we use 1/2 cup of lemon or lime juice, 3/4 cup simple syrup, and then 2 full cups, which this is 2 full cups of water. I'll pour those into a mason jar. I'll put some of the rind. I'll probably cut it into quarters, and I'll add that to the larger mason jar. Shake it up to get some pulp, and then I'll refrigerate it for a little while. So let's go ahead and start our pressing. So for this type of press, you just want to cut your lemons in half. These are kind of small. Some people might roll them to make them a little juicier. I found with this particular press, I don't need to do that to extract the majority of the juice. But if that's what you want to do, you're welcome to do so. We're just going to set this aside. I'm going to show you what I'll do with it later. Sometimes, if I want to make sure I get all the juice, I'll double up 2 pressed lemons and really press it down. You do get a quite pulverized. You don't really want to use this one for your pulp. That one lemon actually got us almost a 1/4 cup, so I might be able to do 2 batches of the lemonade. This is one I'll set aside for the pulp in the container. My particular press, sometimes they get suction cupped on there. Those to the side for pulp. Now I might have been wishful thinking because we're not quite at 1/2 cup yet, so it looks like we're using all of our lemons. Let's go ahead and double press this. And we'll double press this last one as well. Okay, we're gonna let that kind of drain a little bit here. Rinse my hands. All right. So, because sometimes there is some residual dripping, we're just gonna throw another measurement under there. And we are at just above half a cup. And some seeds did make it through. That does happen. You can just grab a spoon or a fork and fish those out. My fork. We'll grab a spoon. Just kind of fish those seeds out. You don't want to strain it, because if you strain it, you'll lose any pulp that has managed to get through. There is going to be pulp in your press's catcher in here, and you could go through and dig that pulp out if you want. For the purposes of today's video, I'm not going to. So we'll throw that half cup in there. And like I said, we're going to do 2/3 simple syrup. Again, this is a homemade simple syrup. It's just water and sugar. And people might sometimes say, well, 2/3, that's more than lemon juice. That's going to water it down, make it not too tart. Trust me, this is still tart. And then we want 2 cups filtered water. And like I said, a full of this particular mason jar is 2 cups. Now, I do see a seed still floating in there. So we'll grab my spoon again and fish it out. Oh, there's several seeds. Such riveting video content we have going on here. Well, with the rinds I'm using, they've got a lot of seeds as well. So just a quick run your thumb through it to get those seeds out of there. Okay, there's still going to be plenty of pulp in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually cut this into quarters and throw it in there. Okay. Now again, there's still going to be some seeds floating around if you don't quite do it right, which I didn't because I see another seed floating in there. So you'll see that this particular recipe fills up my mason jar. Let me grab my lid. Oops, those are all the small lids. Where's my big lids? Again, such riveting content I have going on here. This is what I get for trying to do it all in one big shot. Oh, here we go. Here's my lid. Way back over here. Okay, so we're just going to screw the lid on, nice and tight. Shake it up, fully incorporate it. Okay, nice and frothy. The lid did not seal tightly, so we're getting a little bit of leakage here. But there we go. There is our lemonade. You can see a couple of seeds still floating around. Now, let's go ahead and do a quick taste test. Now, I myself think that lemonade should always be served with ice. So, we got our ice. We got our lemonade. Smells wonderful. And that is the perfect lemonade. Not too tart. I say that as I get a bit of puckering going on. Not too tart. Definitely not overly sweet. And nice and cold. So I'll throw this in the fridge. Let it sit for about probably an hour or two. Then I'll take those rinds out. If you leave the rind in for too long, it will actually turn your lemonade bitter. So do not leave the rind in for more than an hour or two at the most. Definitely not overnight. You can make this ahead. Make sure you have a good lid for it. Again, don't leave those rinds in for more than 2 hours. Make sure you take those out, but you can enjoy this for several days. Thanks for joining me on this video. Talk to you all soon.